So yeah, just in terms of the crocodiles, North Queensland, all that sort of stuff. So like, is there actually far more attacks than there's ever been?
There's more crocodile sightings than there's ever been, Jack, in modern times. You have to understand, crocodiles were actually hunted quite aggressively up until the 1970s.
Yep.
Now, in the 1970s, legislation was passed. They became a protected species, a threatened species, and therefore protected. And now you've got, I remember growing up in the 80s and 90s where if a crocodile actually heard a vehicle or a boat or a human coming, they would take off. Because you've got to remember, those were the crocodiles that survived being hunted quite heavily. Now we're in 2024. You've got a whole generation of crocodiles that have grown up, gotten big, got over 4 or 5, 6 metres in length, that have never been scared of a human, never been shot at, never seen humans as a threat. Once again, crocodiles being restored to the apex predator in that space, in that environment which they live and breed and hunt. So, yeah, crocodiles right now that you're encountering aren't scared of humans. They see humans as their next meal. They also have no reason to fear humans because other than being trapped every now and then by a wildlife officer, there's nothing scary about that.
Yeah.
We're seeing more crocodiles because the crocodile numbers have exploded in North Queensland. And this is the only time I'll actually agree with one of the parks or environmental people. Crocodiles are a very territorial animal. So once they grow to a certain size, they will take up territory and they will push out the smaller crocodiles. They'll push them out to somewhere else. That's why we're seeing crocodiles in places where we've never seen them before. We've seen crocodiles moving into every drain and puddle in North Queensland. And I tell you what, after a wet season, after they've been out moving again and migrating into new places, be careful when you're out there.
Yeah, right.
Can I say, a crocodile mother has 60 eggs, so she has 60 babies. Can you imagine if every woman in Townsville had 60 babies? What the population would be? And that's what's happening out there. Now, the predators, dingoes, goannas, but most of all human beings. My blackfella cousin brothers, they found a catch of crocodile eggs. They got themselves 60 meals. That was a really big thing when you're fighting for survival, a really big thing. So they were removed. Humans were removed as predators. I think the toads have removed the dingoes and goannas. I haven't seen a goanna in 20 years, and I think that the toads have eliminated the goannas and dingoes. And the stupidity of humans, once again interfering with nature, has taken out the biggest predator, man. And so it's going to get infinitely worse than it is now.
So do you think, are they just waiting for more attacks to happen before they act, or are we going to actually try and prevent them before they happen? Or
Yeah, so it's interesting because our next door neighbour is the Northern Territory, and the Northern Territory have had a crocodile population problem for a very long time. They were basically the last of the crocodiles to be hunted, and they were quite thick even still into the 70s up there in the Northern Territory. They've got to a situation now where their crocodile management is quite proactive. It's something that I'm very supportive of. Anywhere in the Darwin port around in the Northern Territory, crocodiles are completely removed. They've just actually introduced their latest crocodile management plan, and they're planning to take everything from hatchlings all the way through to large, mature crocodiles, 1,200 a year, taken out of the ecosystem, taken away, done what needs to be done with them. They're also doing about 90,000 egg collection licenses a year, so they'll be able to collect at least 90,000 eggs per year. That cuts down on the population of new crocodiles coming in to the space.
They sell them to Queensland, like Northern Territory eggs.
That's an excellent point, Robbie Catter. We're buying, because we're not allowed to harvest our own crocodile eggs here in Queensland because the legislation and regulation won't allow it. Our crocodile farms are buying crocodile eggs from the Northern Territory because they're smart enough to pull them out of the wild.
yeah, right.
Yep.
There you go.
Could I just add?
There's an interesting point made the other day. Doing an interview about the castle law, and they said, he said, the bloke doing the interview said, I've been in the crocodile roundtables with state government, and because really you're just dealing with these ideologically driven lunatics from down south that say, the crocs have more rights than humans, but they keep saying at the meeting, and I've heard this before, we've all heard this before in politics, you've got to respect that you're in the crocodile's home. So if they maim you or eat you or kill your dog or whatever, you got to respect that because you've gone into their home. That waterway's their home. So then you must expect they must all support our castle law bills because if someone's entering our home, we should have it. But it seems like in Queensland, the crocs have more rights than us again because they keep telling us you can't touch them because you're just in their home. That's what they do. They're allowed to kill you.